So this is the project that we're going to work on today. This is a fall harvest, and it starts out as a block of wood, but we're going to make it pretty. So stick around. So we're going to set these to the side, let them dry, and I'm going to work with this fall block of wood. Right now it doesn't look very pretty. We're going to try to make it pretty though. And what I wanted to do is also add the word harvest. So I have these little stencils. I had got a package of this size and the bigger size. And I think there's another bigger one than that somewhere. But I got the whole package for maybe $2 at a craft store somewhere. It was on sale. So what I did is take my pencil and you rub it on the back of your paper. Rub it, rub it, rub it. And do that before you write your lettering. I had already written this on there just to show you. So once you get it all the graphite from your pencil on it, on the paper that it looks kind of dark, put it over wherever you want the lettering to be. I don't know if you can see it, but I use a thin sheet of paper so I can kind of see through, and that way I can center the word. I want it to say fall harvest. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. It's not a perfect science. So what I'm going to do now is you take your pencil and you go over it, right over the letters, like that. And then later, once we get this done and we can see where the letters are, I put a line on the bottom so I knew I was doing this a straight line, and that's what I wanted. Sometimes you may not want a straight line, so you can draw one at an angle or whatever looks best. And let's see. What I'm going to do is hold this and see if it worked. Yes, I can see harvest. It probably does not show up very good for you because it's very light, but there is enough there that I can take my brush, my little brush. I have a little tiny brush here. I get my brush wet. And this is a number, it's a round. Doesn't say a number, but I would imagine it's like a 0 or a 1 because it's very small. Because I wanted these letters smaller than the fall. I wanted the fall to stand out and be the prominent letters. So I'm going to get my palette back here while these other things are still drying. And I can still use the paint that's on my palette. Put some on my brush and just kind of follow your lines. And then E, and then the S we already did, and the T is the top part. Okay. All right. It's not perfect, but it does say fall harvest. So now we're going to let that dry. I'm going to set it over here and let it dry because you don't want to be working on it and mess up your letters. Okay, here we are with our little disc, about 1 7/8 inches. You could use a smaller one or a bigger one, depending on what you want. I took just a blank one like this, and put a little water on my brush. I mixed some red with just a little bit of brown to make a little darker color, a little darker red. And I just went in a circular motion like this with my brush. That way it sort of emulates a pumpkin. Okay, I painted just a little bit of green where the stem's going to go. I painted the little piece of a stick green, a little tiny piece. That's all we need for this, and I'm going to glue that right on the pumpkin. I decided to go ahead and paint this part in here orange as the background for the stem. So let me go ahead and put the glue right on the pumpkin. That way it doesn't get on my fingers. And we're going to put this right in there. Something like that. I thought about making 2 pumpkins, but with this sitting down, it might be too much. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to go ahead and paint the edge of this other disc. And that way, if we decide to make another pumpkin, I'm not sure if I need a stem on it or not. But I'm going to lay it to the side until I decide if we're going to use 1 pumpkin. Well, I could use this one too. So we may have 2 pumpkins on there. Woohoo! I'm going to try this one here. Maybe we'll try this one over here. Who knows? Let's see what we got here. I have some leaves. And, oh, I went outside and did something special. I got some straw from some little bales that I had left over from another project. So I'm thinking maybe we could just put straw in here instead of the sticks, or maybe along with the sticks. We'll try it out and see. I don't know. I don't know if we need the stick or not. I'm trying to make it look like fall, and that looks kind of cool. I don't know if I need the acorn. What do you think? I also had part of a hickory nut here, but I'm thinking I like the 2 pumpkins and some of the straw. I have a bunch of straw. See, I just went out and picked up a whole bunch of it. So, but you kind of have to watch the straw, make sure that there's no little critters or spiders or bugs. You don't want that. Bring that into your house. So let's, you know what? I think I'm going to glue the leaves down. Maybe glue a little bit of the straw down. And then put the pumpkins on, and we'll see where we're at. So this kind of looked okay here. I'm going to hold this down with my brush end, and I'm going to put some glue underneath here to get this glued. I hope I'm making it where you can see. I'm just going to put some globs of glue, and we're going to go for it. And use my brush ends. I don't want to cover up my letters, so I need to pull this over a little bit. Just kind of push it down. It'll dry. I went ahead and glued some of the straw onto the Fall Harvest project. I also glued the stick and kind of glued a leaf on the back of one pumpkin and a little bit of straw on the back of the other pumpkin. So I'm debating on whether to put another stick. I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe this side just needs the pumpkin. I don't want to get too many sticks and things like that, but I don't want it to look bare either. So let me see what else I got here. No, that's got gold. I was not going to put any gold in here. This I kind of had decided this looked pretty good right there. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue with the hot glue gun. I'm going to glue this pumpkin here. Make that decision. Ooh, big decision tonight. Or today, rather. Okay, I think that looks good there. I did put a little bit more straw on here because I think it needed it for the fall look. And I don't know, I'm still debating on this stick. Maybe I need a different stick. That one's a little bit fat, maybe. I don't know. Oh, this one just fell apart. See, that's what you have to watch with sticks. Pick them up out of the yard, and you have to kind of test them to see if they're rotten or if they're good. So I'm going to take a little bit of this orangey color. Just put a little bit of orange on there and see what it does. See if it looks good. If we think it does, we'll use it. If not, we'll use it on something else probably. All right. See how that looks. Actually, maybe kind of like that. I think if it's laying that direction. Okay, I'm going to take the pumpkin off, glue this down, and like I always say, if we don't like it, we'll take it apart and do something different. It's just whatever pleases your eye. I may look at it tomorrow and think, oh, what was I thinking? Or I may say, yeah, I really like that. Hopefully I like it. Okay, I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to put this pumpkin over here. Put a whole bunch of glue on it and get it to stay right there. It's sort of a three-dimensional looking project. And that's what I wanted. I was trying to get it three-dimensional. Whoop, got one piece of straw sticking where it doesn't need to be. Okay. I'm not going to stand it up yet because this is not dry yet. And I'm probably going to have to put a little bit more glue before it dries. I'm going to put it back here behind it to hold it better. There we go. There we go. That's good. Hi, I'm back after taking a little break, and I gathered up some more things that we can use for our fall harvest projects. I also went ahead and glued one of the sticks here and a little leaf here and a couple other little pieces of straw and a leaf there. I was finding some other things that maybe we could put on this to fill in and make it look nice. What I also did was, you can probably see it on the top and maybe kind of on the back a little more right here. I used I just have a small ink pad and a little, I'm not sure which you call it, I call it a dauber, but you just get a little ink on it like that. It's kind of a dry ink, and then I just took and held it, and you kind of just go along the edge like that, and it kind of makes it look worn and old. I don't know, it just gave it a little more character. I went ahead and did the back in case anyone would see the back, but we're concentrating on the front. So I did a little bit on the front and some on the top. I think it looks cute that way. So I'm going to put my ink pad back so it doesn't totally dry out. And I think I'm finished with that. Now, another thing that I found is I have this pumpkin that I had previously painted for another project, and I did not use it. So I kind of was playing with the idea of putting the pumpkin at the back, something like this. Let's see if I can get it where you can see it. Oh, that gold really kind of shines with the light. But it's kind of good. It has the gold to go in with the little pumpkins on the front. So I am going to glue that on the back, and then we'll see if we need to add anything else. Okay, we started out with a block of wood like this. Just a simple piece of 2x4 that was an extra piece from a construction site. And we ended up making this. And it was fun. We had a great time, and this is where I'm going to put it, on my shelf. I put a little scene here with a bag and a vase and a candle, and I hope you really enjoyed it.